Hello, I'm Valerie Elliot. I'm a senior at Litchfield Christian School, and this is my third project, which is what you should expect when you're arrested and what kind of crimes and punishments there are. So there are 5 kinds of crimes. There's crimes against a person, crimes against property, inchoate crimes, statutory crimes, and financial crimes. So crimes against a person, they're the crime that has the highest punishment rate. This includes physical attack against another person. There's crimes against the property, which includes some kinds of robbery, like shoplifting, theft, burglary, and auto theft. If someone is injured, though, it will also become a crime against a person. Inchoate crimes. Inchoate crimes are crimes that were partially committed. This could mean aiding another in a crime or conspiring to commit a crime. Conspiring includes planning a crime, not simply thinking of one. Thought crimes do not exist. So financial crimes are crimes committed against a business. This could be tax evasion, embezzlement, fraud, and more. Anyone in the industry can commit these crimes. Statutory crimes. All of the crimes stated before are considered statutory crimes. Statutory crimes can also include alcohol-related crimes, drug-related crimes, and drug-related crimes, just like a DUI. These crimes are anything written as illegal. So what are the kinds of punishments? Types of probation, fines, restitution, community service, short-term incarceration, long-term incarceration. Felonies are crimes punishable with more than a year imprisonment, while misdemeanors are punishable with short-term imprisonments or with fines. Felonies include major crimes like attacks, and misdemeanors include crimes like disorderly conduct. So that means that if you are being arrested, you would be making a scene about it. In Illinois, felonies can be sorted even further. There are 6 types of felonies in Illinois: Class 4, Class 3, Class 2, Class 1, Class X, and Class M. Class 4. Class 4 is the least serious felony on this ranking. It can include obstructing justice, the possession of over 100 milligrams of cannabis, and filing a false police report. The punishment range is 1 to 3 years, but it can be extended to 3 to 6 years, extending it would mean that they're seen as a threat to society still, so they want to be in prison still. Class 3 felonies are the second least serious. This category includes vandalism, insurance fraud, and more. The prison time ranges from 2 to 5 years, but can be extended to 5 to 10 years. Class 2 is the third least serious felony. This class includes robberies, burglaries, and more. The prison time range is 3 to 7 years and can be extended from 7 to 14. Class 1 is the third most serious felony. These include some robberies and burglaries. The punishment range is 4 to 15 years, but can be extended to 15 to 30. Class X. Class X crimes are the second most serious type of felonies. These include firing a gun in an armed robbery and the production of more than 15 grams of methamphetamine. The sentence can be 6 to 30 years, but can be extended to 30 to 60. Class M includes planning and going through with the ending of someone's life. This punishment ranges 20 to 60 years and can be extended to 60 to 100 years. Can you imagine spending 100 years in jail? Life. So, what should you expect when arrested? When the police arrest you for a crime, you will first be handcuffed and told your Miranda rights. Miranda rights are the right to remain silent, that anything could and would be used against you in court, and the right to an attorney. If you don't have an attorney, you'll be appointed an attorney. Then you'll be taken to a precinct or police district. Here you will be asked for your identifying information. This includes your name, address, social security number, and more. You will also get your fingerprints taken. After this, you will be booked for your first hearing. Before the hearing and what the hearings are. During the time between booking and the hearing, you might be kept in pretrial imprisonment if you cannot afford bond or are seen as a threat to society. A bond is an agreement that you will show up to your court case if released. You can be booked for a preliminary hearing or a grand jury hearing. A preliminary hearing determines if there is probable cause that a person committed a crime. Grand jury hearings also determine if there is probable cause, but it is closed off to the public. The discovery phase. Next, you will be sent to arraignment. This is where you will be informed of your sentence. If you plead guilty, you will take the sentence, and that will be the end. If you plead not guilty, the discovery phase begins. This is when the defense attorney examines the evidence given by the prosecutor. They will formulate a defense against the evidence. During this period, it is possible to make a plea deal. This is when you agree to plead guilty on the terms of a shortened sentence or a lighter punishment. So a prosecutor is the person that is going against the person being accused. The person being accused is the defendant, and the person defending the accused is the defense attorney. The official trial. Now the trial begins. The defendant decides whether they want a bench trial or a jury trial. A bench trial is when the judge decides the final verdict, while a jury trial is when the jury decides the final verdict. If you are found not guilty, the charges will drop. If you are found guilty, though, you will continue to sentencing. Sentencing is an appeal. Once you are found guilty, you will be sent to sentencing. The judge will determine your sentence. If you believe there was an error in the verdict, you can go to an appellate court. This court will review your conviction and determine if it was just or unjust. Did you know the shortest sentence ever was Joe Munch in 1906? He had a 1-minute jail sentence for getting drunk at Garrison, where place he was sent to defend as a certified soldier. The longest sentence ever, although not an American case, was Chamoy Tipiasa. She did not serve the entirety of the sentence, of course, with the sentence being 141,708 years in prison. She tricked about 16,000 people using a chit fund or funding used for financing. She made $300 million off this. Time for the play. Okay, Ariana, Elias, and Marley. Will you get home up here, please? So Abby, sorry.
I can read off first.
Okay. So Elias has been accused of eating a Nutter Butter from the freezer. Here is the evidence for and against him, or was it really him? Are you guilty, Elias?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Elias was seen around the freezer at 4 p.m. on March 1st. The Nutter Butter was reported missing at 4:45 p.m. He was at the freezer at that time, but it was to set up the meat that needed to be thawed for dinner. There was also peanut butter covered fingerprints on the door to the kitchen. By the time Elias's family was back. Abby was also reported to have been around the freezer by 4:45 p.m. Abby witnessed the crime taking place.
I swear I saw Elias take something when he left the kitchen.
It isn't clear what he was eating. He could have been eating a snack of his own. His fingerprints were never peanut buttery. That's because a napkin was found in the trash with peanut butter on it. It's also known Abram, his older brother, has cheat days for his diet. He could have eaten it on the cheat day. The fingerprints are far too small to belong to him. They are clearly child size. Elias doesn't clean his hands off after a snack, though. Why would there be a napkin in the trash? Abram set him up.
Who thinks Elias is guilty? Raise your hand.
Elias is guilty.
Looks like you're guilty.
No, you can come to my basement. Avery told no. The sentence for you're in my basement. I know. I want you to know. I can't touch it.